Exclusive figures. Everybody wants them, not many people have them, but are they healthy for a company like LEGO? Hey everyone, it's LEGO Man Cam, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the new 25th anniversary figures that are being rolled out across the 2024 Star Wars wave, and whether I think these are positive or negative for not only the consumer, but also LEGO as a whole. I'll also be looking back at what figures we've had in the past, weighing up the pros and cons of each of these unique exclusive figures. To begin, let's look at what figures we've already gotten so far this year and which ones we're expecting to be getting from the rumors that have been circulating. First, we got both Fives and Darth Malak in the most recent March release of sets. Fives came in the Tantive 4 boarding diorama and Darth Malak in the buildable R2-D2. Also, just quickly, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We've just started the channel quite recently and already have over 600 subscribers, which is just so cool. Supposedly, we're going to be getting a Saw Gerrera figure in the upcoming Sith Infiltrator, as well as young Princess Leia from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series in what is supposedly an unnamed creature build. And then lastly, and definitely the one I'm most excited for, is the Cal Kestis figure in some sort of Death Star interior set. These sets are all rumored to be regularly released and available worldwide throughout the rest of 2024. Also just recently unveiled will be a special release of the original Darth Maul figure from 1999, with a 25th anniversary logo on the back, which will be appearing in the updated Visual Dictionary book releasing soon. Now, let's take a look back at what LEGO has previously done in terms of exclusive celebration figures. Most obviously would be the 20th anniversary figures we got back in 2019. These were re-releases of classic Star Wars minifigures with the 20th anniversary logo printed on their backs. We got Luke, Han, Leia, Darth Vader, Lando Calrissian, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. These figures were once again released in a different set and made available to everyone worldwide. Next up, we have May the 4th figures. These were special figures that were given out for free for spending a certain amount of money each May the 4th on Star Wars sets. These figures were a First Order Stormtrooper, Admiral Yularen, Darth Revan, Han Solo, TC-14, and a Shadow ARF Trooper. These figures started off strong, but ultimately diminished over time, and I can remember the day that First Order Stormtrooper was revealed, and the entire community went nuts because it was just such a terrible figure.
What? No. No.
I don't really have a name for these next two figures, but I'll call them promotional figures. We have the Chrome Stormtrooper and White Boba Fett. Both these figures were promos that were either given out with sets or different tie-ins across 2010 and 2011. More specifically, the Chrome Stormtrooper was a Toys R Us promotion if you were to spend $30 or more, but there are just too many different promotions from all around the world and in different countries for me to list them all. But the main takeaway here is that these figures weren't available everywhere and were obviously only around for limited times. Anyway, the last two figures I'll be talking about are what I'd like to call chase minifigures, those being the Chrome Vader and Chrome C-3PO. These figures had only 10,000 made and were inserted into random LEGO Star Wars sets across 2007 and 2009 respectively. There was no way of identifying whether a set had one of these or not, it was just completely random. So understandably, these figures go for a ton of money. So, with all that being said, let's talk about which of these figures I like and which ones I think are downright stupid. Personally, the chase figures of C-3PO and Darth Vader should have never been made in my opinion. This reminds me of something like the Mr. Gold from Series 10 minifigures, or even like the Golden Ticket in Willy Wonka. There's just no fairness or equity here, and I think it just opens the door for scalpers to come in and buy hundreds of copies of sets and open them all up to try and find these figures. Next up are the promotional and May the 4th promos. While I do love the idea of getting unique figures like Darth Revan and an older Admiral Yularen, having to spend a certain amount of money at a certain date and time is very, very inconvenient, personally, as someone who tries to buy LEGO as cheaply as possible, and I feel like having a much longer shelf life for these figures would be much healthier overall. The Chrome Stormtrooper and White Boba Fett also don't sit well with me. These figures were not made available to everyone in every country, so therefore again, creating a perfect environment for scalpers and resellers. What I think are the second best iteration of exclusive figures are the 2019 anniversary figures. I love that they were made publicly available to everyone and were a nice added bonus to any set. They had a shelf life of almost a year and a half, However, personally, I'm not a huge fan of the classic look of these figures. Plus, I don't really want a giant logo printed on their back. I much prefer getting highly detailed, new and unique figures, but I can definitely see their collectability for collectors. With all that being said, my favorite interpretation of exclusive LEGO Star Wars minifigures surprisingly comes with what we have now in 2024. Getting brand new and exclusive figures of characters that we've never seen before in LEGO Star Wars is exactly what I'm after. Having the figures as a bonus in each of the sets as well is just great. Especially with these sets being regularly released retail sets, it means that they're accessible for everyone to buy before they retire. Do I think being able to buy these figures on their own would be optimal? Yes, but that's highly unlikely to ever happen, so I feel like having these tie-in minifigures with sets is our next best option. What do you think about these exclusive figures? Do you like having them? Do you have any in your collection? Or do you think LEGO should completely ignore and forget about doing these types of things? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you did go on to enjoy today's video, please feel free to subscribe as it helps the small channel grow. We recently just hit 600 subscribers, so I'm very thankful for that, and we're on our way to 750. Thank you for watching.